Sony's new FE 100mm F2.8 macro G Master is built for people who live close to their subject. I've been testing it on the Sony A7CR and honestly I've enjoyed every minute. It gives you up to 1.4 times magnification, and if you add the 2 times teleconverter it pushes it all the way to 2.8. For macro, I care about 5 things in a macro lens: sharpness, handling, magnification, stabilisation and focus control. And this lens honestly ticks all those 5 boxes. As with all my reviews, this isn't going to be a lab test review, this is a hands-on review, reviewing the lens when I've been using it as its intended purpose as a macro lens in the outdoors. So no sharpness tests, no stupid charts, I don't do none of that. I just tell you what this lens is like to use in the real world on real subjects. But of course, I also tested it indoors in my studio using my jumping spiders, my preferred testing method for macro lenses. And I can safely say this lens is scoring quite high on my lens score charts. Just to be clear, this is a loaner lens and these are my honest thoughts, and unfortunately I do have to send the lens back. First up, image quality. This lens is sharp. It is very sharp, and what's impressive as well, it is sharp from the centre all the way up to the corners. And it's also sharp throughout its f-stops all the way up to about f16, but again that's personal choice as to when you cut it off for diffraction. And again, on a full frame sensor going any higher than that you will start to introduce diffraction. That's just optics, that's physics, you can't get around it, there's no way around beating that. And again, it's personal choice. Me personally, I've had this up to f16, quite happy with the results. Very good details, very clean, crisp images. The bokeh is pleasing, and also it's got full reverse sealing. It feels brilliant in the hand. It's a premium lens, it is their G Master lens, so it's going to be high quality. And when you hold it and use it, you know you've got a G Master in your hands. And being a G Master, it really gives you confidence to push the lens into places you wouldn't normally put your macro lenses. I've got this thing cold, wet, I've put it in bushes for mushrooms, and I've also tested it in the studio and it's held up just fine. I'd have no fear going out in bad weather doing macro in stormy weather with this lens. Now this review is about the lens, but I do want to talk about the camera. Being a 61 megapixel full frame camera, I was able to crop in quite a lot. And if cropping in is something you do, this lens holds up quite nicely when cropping in. I've cropped in more than 50% and the image still holds up nice and sharp. So again, talking about magnification, it is a 1.4 times magnification lens. It is also compatible with Sony's 2 times teleconverter. Now unfortunately they didn't send me that for testing, so I can only mention it in this review, but putting the 2 times teleconverter on there and it will get you to 2.8 times magnification, which is a really nice spot for a full frame camera. Add in a little bit of cropping and you're pushing it well above a 3 times magnification. That's the sweet spot for me. 3 times magnification will give you very good headshots of damselflies. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to test that because it is December here in the UK, but hopefully by next year I may have my own copy of this lens and a camera that I'm able to test out and photograph some damselflies. Let's take a look around this lens now and see what features we get, and it is fully packed with features. So again, it is an FE G Master lens, very high quality. It means that you've got the full reverse sealing, and every single part of this lens is an upgrade from the 90mm macro lens, which I personally own and have used in the past. So we take a look at the side here, we have a full-time DMF on-off switch. This is if you want to override your autofocus, so you can have autofocus and manual focus. That's a great option when it comes to macro, because sometimes the autofocus won't lock on to your subject's eyes. A lot of cameras come with insect subject detection. The problem with that is it simply detects the subject, it doesn't know where to focus. That equates to you having a camera that has a human body auto detect rather than eye autofocus. One day maybe the AI in these cameras will get good enough to be able to do insect eye autofocus, but for now we have to focus on the subject, and then with this option turned on we can simply turn the manual focusing to get the focusing pinpoint on the insect's eye. We have the usual focus limiter. We have full, we have infinity to 0.5, we have 0.7 meters to 0.26 meters. And with macro, it's always great to have a focus limiter because sometimes your camera might hunt. If you know you're only within a certain range, definitely use your focus limiter. We also have OSS on and off, that's optical stabilization, and the stabilization on this lens is pretty good. We also have an iris lock down the bottom. Now what's that for? Well, let me tell you, this lens has an auto or manual f-stop control, so that's the iris control. So I currently have it set to f8, but with a quick switch I can go to 2.8 or I can go all the way up to f22. You see that? And right at the end we have an A, which is auto. Over on this side we have click on and off. So if you're a video shoot and you like to adjust your f-stop, you don't want this in your video. If you click it off, it's nice and smooth. That is very nice. Sony have really thought about this lens and what people want to use it for. It's great for video, it's great for stills. It really is a nice option. We also have our use your autofocus and manual focus switch, and we have two customizable buttons. And at the front we have our focus clutch. Now you know me, I love focus clutches on my macro lenses. Personally, I think all macro lenses should come with a focus clutch because it's absolutely brilliant. So if you're a manual shooter, you'd switch to the manual f-stop and you'd pull back your focus clutch for full manual focusing. If you're an automatic or you like your camera to control your settings, so you're an auto shooter as they say, we can switch over to A and then we can stick our focus clutch into the autofocus setting and it's fully automatic. It's all autofocus and auto iris. So it doesn't matter if you're a full manual shooter or you like to use some automatic settings in your camera, this lens can do the lot. Feel of the lens is absolutely fantastic. Nice rubber grips on the front. In my testing, I've had it about 2 weeks now, I've not managed to knock the iris settings. That's great. I've got no complaints, which is a shame because I can't do a clickbaity title, can I? If you're a tripod shooter, stabilization isn't something you really need to consider. But if you're like me, you love handheld shooting, stabilization in this lens is great. I'm not going to pretend that stabilization will replace good technique. No. But it is a great feature to have if you do want to just do a quick handheld macro shot. And as you know, with my insect shots I do use flash, so I have tested this with my Godox V360. That worked brilliantly. The Cygnus Tech diffuser worked brilliantly on here. No complaints there at all. And of course, as always, I've tested this out on my jumping spiders. Here is a shot of my jumping spider with the Sony 100mm macro lens, and this is taken on the Sony A7CR. And also here is some video. Again, this is with the A7CR at 60 frames a second, and I've slowed it down to 24 frames a second. So let's talk about focus stacking and focus bracketing. This lens is compatible with Sony's focus stacking and focus bracketing, but I didn't do much testing because on the A7CR, the focus stacking and bracketing feature it's quite slow. I'll be honest with you, it is quite slow. Sony need to put some love into their stacking features in their cameras for macro shooters, but it is compatible with that. Personally, if I wanted to focus stack with this lens, I'd probably go with the manual route because it's a lot quicker. But I did go out and I did focus stack some mushrooms with this setup and it works perfectly okay. You just got to have a little bit of patience. One thing I would like to add that's not brilliant on this lens is it does suffer from heavy focus breathing. Now, focus breathing is something that happens when you alter the focusing on your lens and the field of view changes, as you can see from this example here. So if you're the type of person that likes to focus stack using the focusing ring, it could mean a few issues for you in stacking. Now, it's not the end of the world, you can get away with it. It just means that it might be a little bit more work in the software afterwards to stack your images, so I just thought I would mention that. All the shots in this video have been taken using the A7CR and the 100mm G Master macro lens. They've been edited using my new macro presets version 4. If you are going to buy a brand new macro lens and you want a Sony branded macro lens, go for the new 100mm. It is really worth the upgrade. Now, if you're like me and you are a Sony shooter and you have the 90mm macro lens, yes, you heard that right, I am a Sony shooter. My videos are shot on Sony. A lot of my macro video work is done on the 90mm macro lens. This is well worth the upgrade. This is going on my shopping list, and MPB might be getting a I was going to say they're going to get a 90mm, but what they're actually going to get is a battered 90mm. It might not be worth selling it second hand, but this definitely going on my shopping list. And I've loved testing it. I don't want to send it back, but I've got to, unfortunately. So here's the bottom line. I love this lens. It feels great in the hands, the image quality is excellent, and it's sharp from the center right to the edges. Add the 2-time teleconverter and you're in that 2.8 magnification range, which for handheld full frame macro is seriously useful. If you're a Sony shooter and you enjoy photographing small worlds, this is absolutely one to try. If you get the chance, have a go at it. I can guarantee once you put it on your camera and take it outside, you'll be wanting it in your bag. I'm going to place the Sony 100mm G Master macro lens in my top 5 macro lenses. If you're a Sony shooter, you can't go wrong with this lens. If you are interested in how I do my macro videography, then check out this video here. That will explain exactly how I do, and that is using the 90mm, so again, might have to do an updated video with the 100mm soon.